watered-down whiskeys that leave you disappointed.
Lots of people like whiskey. Question is, do you love it? It's time to go pro. Painstakingly handcrafted, 100% copper, designed to detoxify. The purest drink you can make at home. Whiskey Still Pro, for whiskey lovers only.
All right, back with another exciting Thursday night. What do we got going tonight, man?
We're making some honey mead. Honey mead. Collector Rick is going to love this episode.
Oh man, this is a special one. Running the Whiskey Still Pro. Love the Alembics for the brandies. I've never had a honey shine, so I'm kind of curious how it's going to turn out.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be awesome.
Be unbelievable.
I hope we can behave.
So, yeah, my deal with mead is I always just like to drink the mead.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so
I get that.
This is going to be interesting to find out. Do I prefer it distilled or do I prefer it as mead? Going to find out.
You think it's going to have us buzzing?
Buzzing.
That's, if anyone's keeping tally, that's 3 B puns in a single intro. So I'm excited about it. I think that what I'm expecting, never having had honey shine before, is that it will come off and not necessarily be sweet, but that it'll have kind of a little bit more of those softer, maybe less acidic type flavor notes. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited to give it a whirl and see what we get.
Yeah, we're going to find out. So again, thanks to Whiskey Still Pro for allowing this month's promotion, which is we're giving these stills away. We got 5 of them to give away. We've already given 1 away. We're giving 1 away tonight. Somebody's going to win a still tonight.
Who's it going to be?
Tomorrow.
Who's it going to be?
Yeah.
Today and tomorrow.
Yeah. 2 giveaways this week, so
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome. And also, we've got that Pyment. We're going to rack that off.
Oh yeah.
Actually, we're not going to be racking it off, are we? We still got to neutralize it.
Well, I
Clarify.
think we're gonna rack it, then neutralize it, and get it ready to bottle.
Yeah. Taste it.
Taste it for sure.
Gotta taste
it for sure. 100%.
Yeah, so got a good night in store for you, and that's it. Let's get to it.
You guys don't get too belligerent. 4 B puns.
All right, let's get this filled up.
I don't like setting that on the ground.
And this is a 5-gallon still. We got like 3 gallons going in it, which is fine. Ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Not gonna hurt a thing.
Might hurt my liver. There it is. Filled up.
Love that.
Get her going. All right. We will see you guys in the live.
With the watered-down whiskeys that leave you disappointed.
Lots of people like whiskey. Question is, do you love it? It's time to go pro. Painstakingly handcrafted, 100% copper, designed to detoxify. The purest drink you can make at home. Whiskey Still Pro, for whiskey lovers only.
And we're back with another exciting week of the ABV Live Show.
Whoop, whoop.
We got something pretty different back here in the old Whiskey Still Pro. Got that old honey shine. Also was doing some research before the live kicked off. Couldn't really come up with a good scientific name for what we're doing here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty interesting. I'm Zach. That's Cyrus. Adam's over there. And we're happy to be back with y'all for another week. Ready to give another still away.
Shoot you out. Thanks to the fine folks over at Whiskey Still Pro who have sponsored all the giveaways this month, giving 5 stills away. Gave 1 away last week. Going to give 1 away tonight. Going to give 1 away tomorrow. Going to give 1 away next Thursday. It's wild.
Oprah Winfrey style, baby.
Yeah. So Whiskey Still Pro 5-gallon copper Alembic Still behind us, running some mead in it.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's no real name for this. Some people call it a brandy because some people say Mead is just a honey wine.
Yeah.
Which, I'm not totally arguing against that.
I'm here to tell you too, these jars we've been pulling off, they are, they smell exactly like mead, and they are water.
It's crazy how smooth they are.
This is honey water. At 128, 119, and 112 proof, the first 3 jars we pulled off. Jar number 4, right in the fat middle of our hearts, water. Craziest thing.
Gifting is broken. Man, that sucks.
Not for Clinton.
There's
Clinton with the 20 gifted.
Woo! 4 more entries into, now all the gifted memberships are going tonight are going into next week's drawing.
Miss Copper Stillco got one.
Woo!
Nice.
I don't see them on YouTube very often. I don't know if she'll be around.
Maybe they go by way of the Duke and just kind of lurk a little bit.
Could be. Yeah. So if you guys want to practice your guesses, this is jar number 4. 128, 119, 112 for the first 3 jars.
Busch Light and Mead liquor is correct, Motor City Hellbilly. Good Lord.
The Shine Viking.
Bear Keeper, you're in the chat.
You are here. We see ya.
We got 108, 100 from Miss Joe Parks, 111 from Mud Grips. Whoa. Got another. Adam beat y'all to the jar emoji too.
Wow, more gifted.
Robert Sebastian.
5 more gifted memberships. That's another entry into next week's drawing.
Carl says he doesn't need to be entered into anything for a while.
Yeah.
That's the winner of the Dual Purpose Pro there.
Last month's still winner, Carl Letter in there.
Shauna Peters asks, how do I enter for a still? Well, it's very easy. You can either go to stillintheclear.com and make any purchase for a single entry, or you can go to stillintheclear.com and buy a grain kit or ingredients kit and get 2 entries per kit. Or you can gift 5 gifted memberships, just how you're seeing some of the folks up above you doing. So, Shauna, that is how. Also got a phone call right before we fired the live up. Someone was curious about how to gift the memberships. I believe that the Adam has a link for that. We'll drop that in for those curious. But yeah, what are you guys sipping on? What are we drinking on? What's the plan here?
And I think you have to be a member in order to gift. Not sure about that, but if you're not aware, we do have a channel memberships. A channel membership, it's $1.99 a month. It's very pricey. And, we go live every morning with the members, Monday through Friday. Actually, this morning we went open live, which is kind of a new thing we might start doing on live stream night mornings. And then we also go open live every morning on Saturday. Members get kind of specialized polls. We ask questions about videos and recipes and things like that. So there's quite a few little perks. So you can see all the people in the chat right now who have the Still in the Clear badge right next to their name. Some of them are black, some of them are whatever that color is, orange or something. And those are members. That's how you know who is and who is not a channel member.
So to clarify, I do not have a link to donating memberships. I can show an image of how to do it.
Oh, okay.
But basically you have to be on a web browser that allows it. And so iPhones, you can't do it through the YouTube app. You can do the Request Desktop app or Request Desktop site thing in the settings on the browser there, and that should let you do it. Or be on a computer. You can do it from there as well.
GTD's got a Gin 3 Sour and Coke Zero. I like that. That's a Coke Zero. That's a trick out of my own bag there. I got I know you can't tell by looking at me, really, but I'm trying to watch my sugars.
Yeah.
And so I got on the Coke
strict
Zeros. Yeah. I got on the Coke Zeros, and
I noticed your strict diet at lunch.
yeah, I hammered barbecue egg rolls and potato salad today. It was delicious, and I regret nothing. Also, just a little bit of new business too. After this live, I'm probably going to be live for anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, either between my house and the brewery down the road, because what I'm trying to do is stay up real late tonight, like 3, 4 in the morning. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be live until 3 or 4 in the morning, but my plan is to stay up that late and sleep in as late as possible tomorrow, because I have the 24-hour live that's starting tomorrow at 5 p.m. and going until Saturday at 5 p.m. During that live, I'm going to be giving away one of those little guys from the fine folks over at Whiskey Still Pro. I'm going to be running 6 stills at a 2 stills at a time, 6, possibly 7 stills in total, and 150 gallons of mash. So it's going to be a good time. I hope to see most of you guys there. I know that there are some of our members in the chat. We talked this morning about they're going to be running alongside me, so that'll be fun, and I appreciate it. Help keep me up and at 'em. Backwoods, what's up, brother?
Mud Grips is taking his dog to the groomer to get a mullet. I like that.
That's sick, honestly.
Garber says, Garber Storm Daddy says he'll check when he gets up in a few hours.
Mark Morgan, aka Uncle Moonshine. I got to message you a link if you want to come on during the 24-hour live. You can just let me know if you do or don't, and I'll send you a link for that.
Rick's question.
Rick.
Near the bottom.
Just curious, if we make purchases during the 24-hour live, that is an entry for the one during the live, but does it go towards the one next Thursday also, or is the purchases during the 24-hour only for the 24-hour? Well, we haven't really thought about that. Want to do them for both?
Interesting. I say we double it up.
Double them up.
Double your odds.
So entries for that 24-hour period will be good for not only the still that I'm giving away just for that 24-hour period, but also the one for this coming week. I feel like it's only right, you're making your purchase.
And it'll be hard to distinguish.
Right. It'll
when we
be
go back
hard to
find
figure out
who bought.
on the back end of the website where they stop, where they start. Trickster figured out the gifted membership
Nice.
issue he was having earlier. Appreciate that.
There's
The
a new
Duke
entry.
coming in with 5 gifted as well.
Nice.
New members have just been mashed in.
Now that you've figured out the call-in show aspect of things, does that include adding sound effects? Is that the same kind of thing?
Duke,
Nice.
is it a tenner? Is it a tenner for you when you do the 5 gifted, or do the euros do something funny and it's like $8 and $8 or $9? Curious about that. From my end, currency conversion is a side hobby of myself and Rick. Mark, it's going to be from, sorry, I'm not calling you Mark. Uncle Moonshine, it's going to be from 5 p.m. tomorrow, Central Standard Time, to 5 p.m. the following day. And as far as when you want to come on, I'll give you my number. You just text me and let me know. And as long as there's not anyone else on, golly, KRB with the 20 gifted.
There's 4 entries into next week's drawing right there.
Pretty slick, pretty crazy. Just over 10 euros, really? Over a tenner, huh? Interesting.
That is interesting.
LKRB.
Yeah, so the last jar came out at 90. I don't know who that was. I probably waited too long. Probably going to be tough for Adam to go back and find out who was the closest without going over.
Miles up there.
Just for fun, yeah, it's way up the chat.
What was the
90?
number?
90.
No. Collector Rick was closest with 88, but... Also, Zach, earlier you said euro, but that was a pound symbol, for what it's worth.
Oh yeah, they're not on the euro anymore.
Brexit.
British pound.
Nigel Farage.
Sorry about that. Yeah. What number jar is this one? Charlene, this is jar number 5.
Jar number 5.
Never were on Euros.
He said that he was going to try to keep it low-key tonight.
Yeah.
Duke.
Very active.
I knew that he was going to get in on that one.
Very active.
So
yeah.
I was trying to save.
He's not gonna let that slide.
I was trying to give him some slack and explain that one.
Never were on Euros.
Okay.
Well, it's all goofy. It's all goofy money with the Queen on it, and we ain't been since 1776, my boy.
Oh my gosh.
Just kidding. Love the Duke. Rib for rib.
Jar number 5. Last week we didn't start the run soon enough. This week we started
too early. Yeah.
Early.
Best thing we ever did. Losing the New World? Is that what you mean, Duke?
Maybe Brexit.
Yeah, probably Brexit.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Duke. Pamela with a 5 gifted.
There's another entry.
No kings or queens. Yeah, well, it's okay.
You know, I don't
I'm
mind
gonna leave that
monarchy.
one alone.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and taste. I didn't taste this jar number 4. I want to give it a
I know.
try. I tasted 12, and it was crazy how good that was.
If you're okay with it, I mean, I think we run deep into the tails of this.
Just go way deep.
Because, I mean, from the faints aspect, as clean as this is, tasting now, I don't know, the tails could switch up and become super funky or whatever, but, I mean, man, as good as the run has been this far, I've kind of been sipping out of each jar, and I'm shocked. I've never tasted liquor that was this just, I mean, it's honey water, but it's over 100 proof.
Yeah.
The jars I've been trying.
I've been wanting to go over there and drink more.
You can.
Okay.
You can.
Okay. I might.
That's still really good. That one is a little tailsy. There's some smearing happening.
Did
in
you
that
get it
jar
on the
right
nose
there.
at all?
Yeah, the tails. A little bit.
Your nose and your palate's better than mine. I'm not getting anything on the nose that would lead me to believe this is a little funky, but
Inventive Machinist gifted 5 memberships. There is another entry into next week's drawing.
maybe very slight.
Yeah, it's slight.
I can like barely notice like there's something a little bit flatter, I guess.
Yeah. Justin Aaron Ortiz, how can I enter to win? So you can go to there's basically 2 ways. You can go to stillintheclear.com. Any purchase on stillintheclear.com, we have all kinds of supplies for distilling. Any purchase, and that's one entry, any purchase of a grain kit or a recipe kit is a double entry, and any gifted 5 memberships for the YouTube channel membership is another entry. Those are the 3 ways to enter.
It does appear that you have to get your gifteds in somewhat early during the show. We need to, maybe we make it a priority, well, I say maybe we make it a priority tomorrow knowing I'm not going to be here until like 12 or 1, but maybe we reach out to YouTube and be like, hey, can we get any kind of clarification on the gifteds?
Yeah, why is that
I
happening?
need to do that in the morning.
It's weird.
But yeah, if you get them in later in the show, a lot of times what it'll do is refund you for them. I think YouTube thinks we're cheating or something. I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know why it is. It may be a simple fix on our end or their end. I don't know. But yeah, the best way, what I think is the best way is if you are currently distilling or you're making wine or mead or beer or anything, go to the website, buy things that you're already using, like a triple scale hydrometer, maybe some oak staves, some liquid enzymes, some grains, whatever it is that you're already using. The grains and the ingredients kits will get you the double entries, and everything else is a single entry. So I break hydrometers all the time. If you're smart, I'll say this too. If you're smart about it, and we see folks that are getting wise to the ordering, if you're going to order little stuff, like you're going to order a couple hydrometers and a LE or a Mary's wine book or something, put them on separate orders.
Place separate orders, get an entry for each one. Yeah.
It doesn't affect anything on our end at all, but it's the rule, and so if you place those in separate orders, you get separate entries for them. So something to consider, something to think about.
Pamela asks, when will you have dextrose? We have it now. Mm-hmm. Is it showing out of stock on the website? Can you go to the website and see if we're showing out of stock?
I got you too.
I can fix that. But we do have it now. And in fact, if it's showing that it's out of stock, I will fix that on our first intermission. I have a Jimmy Red and enzymes on the way. Awesome. And we are completely caught up on all of our shipping, which has been rare for the last few months, but completely caught up. So now we are shipping same day or next day.
Finally got our head above water.
Any purchases made, all the purchases made from the 1st to yesterday midnight, or this morning midnight, however you want to look at it, that's for the drawing tonight. Any purchases that you make now will be for the drawing next week. We're giving one of these stills away every week this month. The entries reset every week, so that you can have good chances every week.
Also, the one that we're giving away on the live tomorrow, right? We've decided that if you make that purchase during that 24 hours, that's a single still giveaway. So with all purchases within a 24-hour span, you're going to be entered for that 5-gallon Alembic that's behind me. Also, if for whatever reason you don't get it during the 24-hour live, it's going to be good for the next week. So just in case anyone missed that piece of it, the honey shine is going down nicely. I'll say that about it.
Yeah.
Yep, there's the dextrose. You can get in 15-pound quantities. Out of stock.
Okay, I didn't realize that was out of stock.
We'll fix
Shouldn't be. I'll fix it on the intermission.
Looking at 200 pounds. I also was like, man, I wonder why we haven't been selling any dextrose. I haven't had a bag dextrose in a little bit. I probably should have caught that. Yeah, so we'll get that fixed.
Looks like Midnight Runner's going to join you tomorrow also.
There's my buddy over on TikTok. Let me get the pronunciation of this name right. Alembic Still.
Yep.
It's good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Get on it before it gets too hot for shipping yeast, Paul Johnson.
Yeah, we do have yeast, 1 pound at a time. Mm-hmm. Paul doesn't get his shit. He just swings by the store. He's a local fella.
Big Paul. Paul is, there are other customers in here which are also top favorites, but Paul's a top 3 favorite customer for me. Anyway, I'm going to speak for myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Paul's
absolutely.
Paul's awesome. I was on TikTok, but Zach was ignoring. I'm sorry. I'm catching on. I'm not as good. I mean, honestly, when we're streaming to all these different places, I'm kind of not as good about the TikTok people. So I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay. We just have the one, and you've already said hi to him.
Okay.
From around the world.
Alab Hadid.
Yeah, so you get those names on TikTok too?
Yeah,
he gets them all the time.
I get them a lot. Not sure.
We got 65 people in the live right now. That's awesome. Let's if we can get you guys to like the live, that would be awesome. Mm-hmm. If we can get you to share the live, that would be even better. Let's see how many people. Last week was the first week we hit 100 people in the live.
Yep.
Crazy.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ronnie,
so if we could do that again, that would be sick.
100 people was nuts. That was really cool. Ronnie High asks, where's the store? I'm in Ozark. We're out at Fort Chaffee, brother. 7709 Ellis Street.
Mark Morgan says when he checked on the postal, it says waiting on us. We don't have anything that hasn't gone out.
No, I sent your rye out, brother, with some extra things to just say sorry that it took me so long. Joe Park says, Zach, if I get on the wheel tonight, please don't root for me unless you're going to choose the first one on the wheel. LOL, your rooting is powerful. Joe, I'm telling you right now, I felt like as small as another human being could. I hated that. I was really pulling for you. And so, yeah, when that happened, I was more bummed up. Maybe I was more bummed about it than you were, but I was pretty bummed.
Ronnie High says, where's the store? I'm in Ozark. Brother, we're just down the road from you at Fort Chaffee in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Doubled up on that one.
Huh? Did you already say that? I totally missed it. That happens.
No, it's good.
I think that happens a lot.
Ronnie, we're actually out at Fort Chaffee. It does happen all the time. I do it because I don't know.
Well, sometimes you're talking and I'm reading.
When you're talking, I'm reading.
Yeah.
And vice versa, so. Man, maybe, why don't we got the big beautiful wheel ready?
Yeah.
Let's just rip a couple off there real quick. We'll spread them out. Let's
So
go.
are we going to do the same thing? Get 10 on the...
I think we have to.
Oh, is that the,
Yeah.
okay.
I think
So
we
we'll
have
draw-
to. We'll just rip off the big wheel right now. We'll just take peel a couple back every once in a while.
You got something to write with?
No. Yes. Not something to write on. Hey, can I see that pin over there?
All right. Let's go.
All right, let's draw a couple of names, see who's going to go get on the wheel.
By the way, these are order numbers. Now, there are other numbers on this wheel that are for gifted memberships. So people that gifted memberships, your numbers are going to start with 1001, 1002, and go until, whatever. So for everybody else, it's going to start with, I believe, an 8. And if you go back to your email, you can find your order number. So you'll actually know ahead of time if you have been selected as one of the 10 finalists. So without further ado, I think we spin that thing, Cuzzo.
Sure.
Yeah, Rimfire. That Mary's recipe book is a good one. A lot of great wine recipes in there. A lot of great information in the front. Yeah, that's a good purchase for like $14, $15 after shipping or something like that.
It's invaluable. When Joe sent us that one, I used it extremely regular.
8622. And we will pull the names.
Yeah, we'll pull them, probably halfway through the show.
Now, 8622, if you have your email,
You'll know.
you'll know if that's yours already. And then you're going to go onto a wheel, and the winner will be a process of elimination.
Got it?
Yep. Let's get another. Let's peel another one off there.
Paul says he made a batch of cherry lime, tweeted the sugar content, and it's spot on. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Miss Winsong.
Sure.
Mark Morgan just shared to my page. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Uncle Moonshine. I think, didn't you share it on Uncle Moonshine's page?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I requested. I think, Unc, that you have to approve it when I post on there, and that may be what you're talking about. Carl Letter said he was the last man standing. He
Yeah.
damn sure was.
Are we doing all 10, or are we going to stop?
Let's do one more. Let's do one more and get to 5. So we'll be happy.
We'll do 5 more on the next.
We'll do 5 more.
Yeah, I like doing the drawings this way. There's just a lot more excitement in it.
There is.
I get into it. 85, 81. All right. So all orders from the website thus far.
Carl's starting a GWR tomorrow. George Washington Rye.
See, and that's what's weird too about the Facebook and TikTok numbers up there. There's multiple people on Facebook chatting, and it shows us a 1 there, which is just obviously not.
It's wonky.
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice
Well,
that.
it's like that with TikTok too. It's consistently that number, and there's 2 or 3 people in there, so I don't ever. Those numbers are weird to me. Wine, please. Collector Rick? Want a little, maybe going for a little glass of wine. I don't mind it. I love wine myself. As many of you know that have been watching the show for very long at all, I kind of got back into the hobby of making stuff at home with wine. And man, have I got to get a few batches going. I'm going to get this 24-hour live behind me.
Yeah, you're going to
and
go through a dry spell at home.
Yeah, maybe I should make some wine on the live. Be good use of my time.
Yeah.
Lord knows I won't be busy doing anything else. Switching to YouTube.
Only 10 likes. What? We only have 10 likes right now?
What the hell?
That's crazy.
What the hell? This wheel pulling my numbers like jury duty. If you're between 85.57 and 86.67, you must report tomorrow. Oh, congrats, Charlene.
Oh, yeah, that's right, with some potato.
Mm-hmm. Oh, made some peach cobbler moonshine this morning. Almost didn't leave for work. Might have to try a wine ferment soon. Yeah. Rooster Shine over there on TikTok. How are you, brother?
Said DRC, what's up? Must be, DRC must be over there too. I hadn't seen him in the chat.
DRC is the man.
Yeah, be running that new DRC still for the first time in the live tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, man, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't kind of super looking forward to it just for that.
Yeah.
I had to figure out what I'm going to put in those jar thumpers. Because I don't think I'm going to run the D flag on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I might. No, I'm probably not going to run the D flag. Just because I've got so many pumps, and the fittings for that are different too, aren't they? They're those quick connect fittings.
Oh, that's right. We hadn't even rigged that up yet.
Yeah, I don't have any of those here yet. So not gonna run the D flag. Gonna run the thumpers. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not gonna put anything else on your plate while I'm sleeping in.
No. Well, I can't do it until you get here anyway. But
why? What do you mean?
I can't lock the shop up and go get the.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Put some coffee in them, he says.
I actually, you know what? I may do that because our good buddy Richard Henderson, who is in the chat, brought me some whole bean coffee that I have, that I'm specifically, I'll have to find it. It's back there somewhere.
Motor City with the $9.99 super chat.
Look at that. Is that an entry?
We never mentioned super chats, but I mean,
I hadn't thought about it until right now.
I didn't either. Don't do a lot of super chattings in this live.
Let's make the $9.99 an entry, because then the gifting gets shut off. I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about it? $9.99 super chat for an entry?
Gifting does get shut off early, doesn't it?
I feel like it deserves the entry.
What's it cost the gifted to do the gifted, the 5 gifted?
$10.
It's $10.
$1.99 times 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So a $9.99 super chat, also an entry.
Just in case the gifting goes down and people want to do that way, or
Okay.
they don't need anything. I don't want people to feel compelled to go to the website and buy something they don't really need if they think that this is
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah. So we'll make the $9.99 super chat an entry as well.
Inventive Machinist, please give some info on this festival I heard about in October. When, where? I would travel 4 hours to Shine Festival.
Fort Smith, Arkansas, October 4th.
Correct. Fort Smith, Arkansas, October 4th. It's the first Saturday of the month. Now, right now, we have a website for it, shineonfestivals.com. It has gone down. I'm in contact with support for the people that own the software that is the part that has broken that website. So I should have that back up maybe tomorrow. But music, food, moonshine stills, still builder companies, vendors selling all kinds of stuff. Some of it related to moonshine, some of it not. Some of it just related to being, country folk, hillbillies, like all kinds of stuff. Food trucks. Did I say food? Yeah, said food trucks. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great time. Also, which I'm not sure we have or have not announced, veterans, no cost to you to get in the gate. Active duty, also. Glizzy's Reviews in Oklahoma City, not far at all. Yeah, I think that's from Oklahoma City. What is that? 4 hours? 3.5?
3:45, depending on how you drive.
Yeah.
Look at that. Got the
do you
still in
got?
the clear light turned on back
Oh,
there.
hell yeah.
Yeah, someone mentioned, where's the fancy light?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Those the still in the clear lights will be up on the website at some point.
Oh, that one's red.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
some new ones.
Oh,
Got some brand new
okay.
Yeah, and
Motor City merch.
yeah, Motor City told Motor City I want some more. He'll get them done when he gets them done, and we'll have them here. We'll put them on the website.
Yeah. Motor City Hellbilly, appreciate your service, brother. Yeah, it was kind of, I don't know. We started tossing around here at the shop one day, and it just seemed like the right thing to do. If if a veteran wanted to come out here and just have fun for a day, come out. So, hope you make it, brother.
Was it Jake who said home distillation is now legal in New Hampshire? Don't know.
I saw. I think it was New Hampshire. I saw an article on Facebook that seemed to be from a reputable site, and they were talking about a wave of legalization in home distilling that was kind of garnering more and more support.
Yeah.
And I think they specifically mentioned New Hampshire. I could be wrong about that, but I think this last session in New Hampshire they did vote to legalize home distilling for certain quantities and purposes.
Yeah. I know Ohio last year went through a deal where they tried to pass something, but I don't think it made it.
No. Of course, we know Missouri. Missouri's kind of always on the leading edge of like, hey, let's legalize, let's let people do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Which is odd because they're kind of fat middle part of America, not normally on the trendier side of, but they're very much the state of freedom, in my opinion, the state of Missouri.
They're a pretty free state.
Yeah.
Also, they've got the old Silver Dollar City.
True.
And
Hillbilly Vegas.
I'm never gonna stop loving Christian Vegas, baby. Little Branson, Missouri. Little show, little fun. I love Branson.
If the host is still having trouble after tomorrow, suggest them checking out. Actually, Clinton, it's not a hosting problem. It is one of my. It is a theme problem that I'm working on, and it's an easy fix if I can just convince them to get it done. So, but getting them to return my emails has proved to be part of the problem.
Carl asks, how long can I wait between runs to clean the still, or should it be cleaned every time? Carl, it's going to depend on a couple things. How often do you run? Depends in the chat, right? But, if you're running pretty frequently and you don't scorch and you don't have some sort of mash that's going to kind of, coat your still, like we have done Pachuga, right? Mm-hmm. Where we put chicken in the pot, hung a chicken in the pot and distilled liquor with that going on. That's, in my opinion, and maybe you don't have to, that's a mandatory cleaning.
Yeah, we cleaned it after that.
So, stuff with high sugar content, sometimes maybe your rums that are going to have some unfermentable sugars that are going to kind of be a little bit more sticky, a little bit more messy. Maybe you heat your still up too hot and you puke. A week in between No, I mean, I think you're fine. People may have different answers and different practices, but I mean, I think generally if nothing goes crazy and you're running about every week, you're probably fine to skip a few before you really give it a good cleaning.
So if,
Especially if you're running the same type stuff.
and I mean, I don't know if you mentioned this. I wasn't completely listening to you, but if you're running stainless,
That's true too.
you just rinse after you run, and you don't have to clean them unless it sits for a long time. If it sits out in the shed collecting dust for 6 months, I'm going to clean it before I run it.
Hose it out,
But
sanitize it.
otherwise, rinse it out with hot water every time you run, and you just don't have to clean those.
Yeah. Yeah, the stainless is, I mean, you know, the dual purpose pro, the still that you won for last month's giveaway. If you get done with the run, take the column apart and just take it and hose it out, you're good. You don't have to do anything beyond that. And that's a copper column with some stainless components and then a stainless milk pot. And the milk pot, I mean, we just take ours and spray it out and turn it up on its end and let it dry and put it up. Mm-hmm. So, Clinton says, I still use a little soap after running on stainless. My nose still picks up tails clinging onto it, even if a rinse is done. And yeah, Clinton's also not wrong. Like a little more caution and a little more cleaning is not gonna be a bad thing.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
can't
hurt
think of a
anything.
single con. You know, you're not messing anything up by doing that.
Yeah. KRB makes a good point. I'll stick with smoking my chicken. Yeah, it wasn't that great. We ate it. Wasn't that great. Jar number 6 came out at 60.
That's okay.
Wow.
That's a 16-point drop from jar number 5.
Running through some tales tonight.
We may have time just to take this all the way to 0 this time.
And I'm happy about that, honestly. We never get to do that. We tell people they can do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think the feints that we have back there right now is pretty high proof, so it could do with a little.
I mean, I'm kind of disappointed because we're only going to get like 3/4 of a gallon out of this, maybe half a gallon, depending on how things shake out tomorrow. And that's really good.
We'll get about a half gallon, yeah. And
That's
yeah,
an expensive moonshine.
Mm-hmm.
Honey ain't cheap.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is
And
an
that was 3 gallons, so that was 6 pounds of honey that we used.
6 pounds, yeah,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, for a neutral run later, exactly, Clinton.
100%. Paul Johnson says, Arkansas Pachuga, that's where you hang up a possum in there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, it's not going to be worse than that chicken was.
Yeah.
And really, the meat was fine. It wasn't desirable. I mean, it was unseasoned, boiled chicken with a little hint of mash.
Yeah.
But the skin, I'm here to tell you right now, I've had some bad things in my life, and that skin was up there at the top of the list as far as things that I've eaten.
It was vomit worthy.
It was sour. It was very undesirable. Double Barrel Daryl with the gift over there on TikTok.
Double
brother.
Barrel Daryl ain't seen you in a minute.
Appreciate the old Hartney. He keeps it hot over there on TikTok.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Uncle Moonshine says, I always figure 3/4 to 1 quart per gallon. We don't normally get that much.
Yeah, we don't normally get that. Maybe,
We don't. Also, I will say we're on the lower end of ABV mashes.
Mm-hmm.
We don't normally start at as high of an ABV as what a lot of folks do, and that is because a lot of the times we're answering questions for beginners and newer folks, and we try to keep it simple and avoid pH crashing and stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff we run ends up around somewhere in the 1060 to 1080 window. Who did it? Hagar. Dude.
5 gifted memberships and 1 entry into the drawing. Michael Johnson, hey, y'all give up that still yet? We gave one up last week. We're giving one up tonight. Have not given it, if you're asking specifically about tonight, have not had the drawing yet. We've drawn 5 numbers. They're going to go on the wheel of 10, and then it's going to be a process of elimination to the last man standing,
Yeah.
as a letter put it.
Also, you need to be in the U.S. to win one of these stills. As I have learned lessons from past mistakes where I have thrown out broad giveaways, and it just so happened, some of you guys saw it, a guy from New Zealand, a.k.a. Mean Diller, I'll never forget his handle.
Might be in here.
Could be in here. He won, and it cost me $80 and some change to send his package to him. So, got to be in the U.S. Michael Johnson says, how do I sign up then? I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. We ship all over the country, brother. We ship. There have been packages pass you on your road.
Yeah, so
your
you
main
go to the Still in the Clear website, stillintheclear.com. Any purchase on the Still in the Clear website gets you an entry, and any grain purchase or recipe kit purchase gets you a double entry. And if you're a member of the YouTube channel, you can gift 5 memberships. That's also a way to enter. And then a $9.99 super chat, as we've just decided.
Well, you can say $10.
$10 super chat is also an entry.
Yeah.
And of course, any entries that you place right now, that's for next week. All the entries are set for tonight's drawing, but we're giving another one away next week.
And I'm giving one away tomorrow during 24-hour live. That said, I say we take a break from the giveaway conversations and focus on some distilling.
Let's do it. I'm there. I mean, as you said that, now there's another 5 gifted. But
As soon as you
Trickster! Just kidding. The show goes on! No. Just GPS, Fort Smith, Arkansas. It's AR, GTD. Nope, no problem. 11 hours. Yeah, I think he's up there in like Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a hike up there. You should still come though.
Still worth the drive.
Scott Bryan says, I would love to visit England, Duke. My entire family tree stats in Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
That's impressive.
I need to do a 23andMe, some kind of...
Oh, you haven't
To
done
say
that?
your entire family tree, that's
Here's the only thing
impressive.
I don't like about those 23andMes. You do one, and then somewhere across the world, 7 years from the time that you do it, is like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but I'm your brother. Like, that happens to people.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Or you may not know this.
I'm brothered up right now, dude.
I'm your son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just good. I don't want to open that can of, family turmoil.
It could be.
It feels unlikely. I should probably just do one because I'm more curious. I think the pros outweigh the cons. That's an unlikely scenario, probably.
Yeah, the pros outweigh the cons.
Yeah. That's a very small percentage of people that's probably happening to, right?
Right.
Driver's from Daddy says Hamilton, Ohio, Bubba, never Jersey.
Oh, my bad. Respect. Duke said, Dad? Joe Parks, y'all make all your orders tonight. I'm saving mine for the 24-hour live. Can't wait to see my man work. Joe Parks is no stranger to loving a working live.
Yeah.
She loves them. Can't get from my tablet. Well, that's all right.
Just a little piece of info for everybody right there. Just so y'all know.
Jane Drake says, I'm daddy.
All right.
Gifton's broken again. Well, they'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Big Brother will keep you. See, that's another thing, Ray. I don't know if this is just us being crazy tinfoil hat people, but I don't like the idea of someone else possessing my DNA.
Yeah, I mean there are definitely sci-fi movies about the problems with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Food for thought. Not everyone thinks about these big picture ideals when they're trying to figure out what percentage of Choctaw and Cherokee heritage they possess.
It's lucrative.
I actually don't even know if those will tell you about Native American.
Cherokee they can't distinguish, but there are some of them that they'll broadly distinguish Native American.
Okay.
But I don't think they'll tell you to what tribe you.
Brain fart made it in. Good to see you.
What a good name too. I noticed that he was in the morning live, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Brain fart, great name.
Strong name.
Strong name. Comes from good stock. Inventive Machinist, thanks for advice to remove after burn from my corn liquor. Zach mentioned this morning to use oats in the grain bill. I'm making 6-gallon mash with 5-pound cracked corn and 2 pounds of 2-row barley.
There you go.
Yeah. 6-gallon mash, 2-row barley. That's more than enough, right? Of 2-row if it's non-distillers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Grind the corn though if you're doing a starch conversion for sure.
Oh yeah, sorry, didn't catch that. Good catch. Yeah, the cracked corn won't work. You won't be able to convert starches. Now, if you're just putting the 2-row barley in there for flavor, and you're doing I can't remember what we talked about this morning, but if you're just doing like a sugar shine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, if you're doing a sugar shine, it all looks good. Add another 1.5 pounds of oats. If you're doing a starch conversion, you're going to need more grain for a 6-gallon. You need about 12 pounds of grain.
Oh, that's true.
So you would want to do like 7 pounds cracked corn, 3 pounds barley, 2 pounds of the oats.
Rimfire's right. The military probably does have my DNA.
Yeah.
Also, like, if someone really just wanted my DNA, they could just walk past me and probably get it.
Yeah.
Is hair DNA?
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Oh, you can get mine in here.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You just follow me around.
I
long
shed
enough.
everywhere I go.
Look for whiskers, dog. You'll find one. How much oats should I use in a 6-gallon mash?
I already hit that with him.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
What'd you tell him? Hold on. I didn't hear what you said. 1/2 pound to a pound?
1.5 pounds.
You said 1.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the 6-gallon sugar wash, and add 2 pounds for the conversion.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, it is getting close to our first intermission. Let's draw the other 5 numbers, you think? Draw the other 5 before break?
We can do that. Yeah.
Spin that thing, Cuzzo.
So you've got
Spin that
85, 81.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
Come on, we need some numbers that don't start with 8.
If you've been gifting, you should be rooting for a 1 something. That ain't
8,
it.
5, 7, 8.
8, 5, 7, 8.
The numbers that start with 8 are orders for products. Big money, big money, big money.
Ooh, just passed a 1 too. I saw it on there.
8591.
All right.
Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? 8585.
8, 5, 8, 5.
What number are we on?
This will be number 9, the next spin.
Okay.
Hey, better.
Okay, well.
Let's spin that again.
Yeah, that ain't going to work.
That was a double number in case you guys weren't paying attention. It duplicated a spin.
8, 6, 3, 7.
Is that a good one?
That one's good.
Okay. So we got one more.
One more spin. Chris says, I bought your malted rye, distiller's grind. Hell yeah.
Got a dash deck power of 240 on that.
Not the rye.
Oh, he said rye.
Yeah.
What are we at?
8649.
Has that one already been picked?
I'm making sure. Nope.
Okay.
All right, there are the 10 names, well, the 10 numbers to get the names for the wheel of, what do we call it? The wheel of...
Distilling.
No.
Distiller's wheel.
The wheel of death.
The wheel of...
The
Wheel of death? No one's dying?
The
Well,
wheel.
it's the last man standing. How about...
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Wheel of Stills.
The last wheel of the Mohegans.
Still will.
Steel wheel.
What's that Korean movie?
The Wheel of
the
Steel.
games?
Wheel of Steel.
Squid Games?
Yeah.
Or Squid
the,
Game?
The
Still
wheel
games.
of
Still
squids.
game.
Still games. The squid wheel.
Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop. We should get that. We should find that. It's obviously probably trademarked or something. But
Yeah, probably. But we could do something.
yeah.
The wheel of anticipation. Terry nailed it.
Oh man.
I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone. Bonus points in the chat if anyone can tell me what that's from. First one to get it wins. Don't. I know you know.
There's lots of people in the chat that know. Wheel of Still Fortune.
Oh, Uncle Moonshine got it. Ha 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 hee ha ha ha. I just used to love hee haw, dude. I used to roll as a kid.
You're a big hee-haw guy.
I felt like you weren't supposed to be watching it as a kid, maybe, because sometimes there were some they were kind of classier, but kind of highbrow, kind of like
A little bit.
a little risque comedy in
A
there.
little bit.
Anyway, well, it's the top of the hour. I think it's a good time to take a break. It's going to give me the opportunity to run back here and search these order numbers and find who are the lucky 10 people that's going to be going on the wheel. Stick around with us and go. You're going to be able to watch what happened before we fired the cameras up tonight, what went into the still. You're going to get a quick word from the fine folks over at Whiskey Still Pro. So grab a beer, use the bathroom, and we will be right back.
Watered down whiskeys that leave you disappointed.
Lots of people like whiskey. Question is, do you love it? It's time to go pro. Painstakingly handcrafted, 100% copper, designed to detoxify. The purest drink you can make at home. Whiskey Still Pro, for whiskey lovers only.
All right, back with another exciting Thursday night. What do we got going tonight, man?
We're making some honey mead. Honey mead. Collector Rick is going to love this episode.
Oh man, this is a special one. Running the Whiskey Still Pro. Love the Alembics for the brandies. I've never had a honey shine, so I'm kind of curious how it's going to turn out.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be awesome.
Be unbelievable.
I hope we can behave.
So, yeah, my deal with mead is I always just like to drink the mead.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so
I get that.
This is going to be interesting to find out. Do I prefer it distilled or do I prefer it as mead? Going to find out.
You think it's going to have us buzzing?
Buzzing.
That's, if anyone's keeping tally, that's 3 B puns in a single intro. So I'm excited about it. I think that what I'm expecting, never having had honey shine before, is that it will come off and not necessarily be sweet, but that it'll have kind of a little bit more of those softer, maybe less acidic type of flavor notes. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited to give it a whirl and see what we get.
Yeah, we're going to find out. So, again, thanks to Whiskey Still Pro for allowing this month's promotion, which is we're giving these stills away. We got 5 of them to give away. We've already given 1 away. We're giving 1 away tonight. Mm-hmm. Somebody's going to win a still tonight.
Who's it going to be?
Tomorrow.
Who's it going to be?
Yeah.
Today and tomorrow.
Yeah. 2 giveaways this week, so that's pretty awesome. And also, we've got that Pyment. We're going to rack that off.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, we're not going to be ragging it off, are we? We still got to neutralize it.
Well,
Clarify.
I think we're gonna rack it, then neutralize it, and get it ready to bottle.
Yeah. Taste it.
Taste it for sure.
Gotta taste
it for sure. 100%.
Yeah, so got a good night in store for you, and that's it. Let's get to it.
You guys don't get too belligerent. Four B puns.
All right, let's get this filled up.
I don't like setting that on the ground.
And this is a 5-gallon still. We got like 3 gallons going in it, which is fine. Ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Not gonna hurt a thing.
Might hurt my liver. There it is. Filled up.
Love that.
Get her going. All right. We will see you guys in the live.
Wimpy, watered down whiskeys that leave you disappointed.
Lots of people like whiskey. Question is, do you love it? It's time to go pro. Painstakingly handcrafted, 100% copper, designed to detoxify. The purest drink you can make at home. Whiskey Still Pro, for whiskey lovers only.
And we're back. Well, Adam and I are back. Zach is still getting the names for the list. And going to be spinning that wheel at some point. Start eliminating folks till we get to the winner.
I think I was able to get rid of the "You are the winner" text, so I think that's gone now.
It's not going to be so rude this time.
Yeah, they're not cheering and confetti popping and all this.
Right. NFT says he loves the smell of tails. Interesting. The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. Yeah, my feet are hurting today. Grassy, overly grassy. I've missed some of the chats. That's all right. That's all right. We'll get caught up. We got 59 people on the YouTube channel, 2 on TikTok, but that number's probably not right. The Facebook number's probably not right. It says we have 1. Randy's in the house. Still works in brewing. Good to see you, brother. Cyrus, did you know in Iowa most people drink Busch Light? Budweiser sells more Busch Light in the state of Iowa than anywhere in the country. I did not know that. It's good to know. If I ever go to Iowa, I have lots of beer friends up there.
If you don't like Busch Light, I don't like you.
Zach's mic is on.
Zach's mic is on.
I said what I said.
I said what I said. We got a half a jar back there. Be ready to pull that. And last jar was at 60. I expect this one to be near 40. Iron Duke says Iowa has no taste.
There we go.
I disagree. Duke. Modelo, not bad. I like Modelo. Did you guys notice our fancy little Whiskey Still Pro logo we put up there since they're sponsoring this month's giveaways? If you want to go check out what Whiskey Still Pro has to offer, they do sell the Alembic Stills. They also sell barrels. They also sell still in the clear kits, grain kits over there. A lot of good stuff. Go check them out. WhiskeyStillPro.com. Mean Dealer's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Corona with or without a lime. I agree. I like Corona also. Iowa Freethinker says you got to come during early season duck hunting. I'll show you some good spots. That'll be for Zach. He might actually end up take you up on that. He's a big duck hunter. Homebrew FTW says Magnetic Ink. Yeah, you do, Nick. You do need to paste that still. It's real easy. It usually takes me about 45 seconds to paste it up. The fittings are real tight, so it doesn't take a lot of paste. I usually mix up the recipe for my paste that I use is 3 parts of rye flour to 1 part water, and I use an ounce measuring cup. So 3 ounces of flour to 1 ounce of water, and I use about half of that, so it barely takes any paste. Pulling an all-nighter this Saturday on the bank, chasing big blues. All right.
Yeah, man.
Whiskey Rebel just got here for a minute doing a parade this evening. Did y'all do the still yet? No, we drew the 10 names, and they're going to go on the wheel, which I think Adam is putting together right now, and we're going to do the wheel of elimination. How's the condenser on that? The condenser works just fine. It's about 3 turns. It's if it's 4 or 5 turns. If I did the condenser, I would give it a couple more turns, but it's definitely enough to do the job. Firing up the still first thing in the morning, came out with 3 runs worth on the cotton candy grapes. That's awesome, man. That is awesome, Kevin. What type of still are people running apple brandy with? People run apple brandy with every kind of still. My opinion is for a brandy, just a standard old pot still is good. Cyrus, with the Whiskey Still Pro, would you ever add a thump keg? I think they produce a great product without a thumper, but you could certainly modify it and put a thumper in if you wanted to do that. It wouldn't be that difficult, I don't think. Now, these stills are handmade. They're hand hammered, and so there is no standard fittings. Like if you wanted to modify it, cut the arm, add fittings. Like you're going to have some creative manufacturing to make it all work, but you can definitely do it because I've seen people do it.
I've seen it.
Next project is the Hillbilly 3000 press. Love that video you made. Thank you. It works great. It works great considering that you make it with just scrap material and a car jack, and it costs you, maybe nothing if you have all the stuff. It's not
super effective too.
You certainly can't compare it to a real press. So like I wouldn't be trying to press apples, things like that with it. It's not going to work. But for pressing out grains or grapes, things like that, works just fine.
Saw someone talking a little apple chatter in there. Has anyone mashed with Granny Smith apples? I will warn you, if you're pressing apples for juice, you overdo it on the amount of apples that you start with, because you're not gonna get what you think you're gonna get.
It's a low yield.
It's a low yield.
Bourbon and balls. Cheers, all. Good to see you in here.
That said, cutting or blending them up and throwing them in a mash, gonna work just fine. Zach, that's not a Bush Heavy. You guys know I'm a Bush Latte man. Nick Haas in the chat, winner of last week's Alembic.
Yeah.
I asked the chat in MeWe yesterday already, but what type of heat source are you running there? What's the brand name of that? Do you remember?
The brand name of what?
That burner?
It's a 3-letter acronym.
It's on the side of it.
I don't remember. It is a great burner, though. When I bought that burner, I ended up buying another one because it is really good.
Is it ARC or ARL?
It's ARC.
ARC.
You can get them on Amazon. I want to say I gave like $124 for that. If you were asking what type of heat source, it's propane, if that's what you meant by the question.
Yeah, Iowa Freethinker for mash purposes. Yeah, that's outstanding. When we're talking like brandy or wine, like it's juicing them is like, it's just crazy how many of them it takes to get a gallon of juice. Like I would estimate 25 to 30 pounds for a gallon of juice if you were really have a good press, really getting every ounce of them out of them that you can. You're looking at like 30 pounds of apples for a gallon of juice. James Hill says, I need a good burner. Well, that's a good one.
It is a good one. Yeah, and Terry Baldwin just put it in there. Arc burner 200,000K. That's 200,000 BTU. Rooster Shine's asking what time you going live tomorrow, brother?
It's going to be tomorrow at 5 p.m. is when I'm going to start. 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Going to go till Saturday the following 5 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Bennett's in the house.
Hello, Peaches. Doing like he does me. Hello, Cyrus. What's up, buddy? Hey, Bennett, I'm going to text you a link if... I'm just setting myself up here for just a slam, but if you want to come on the 24-hour live, I'd love to have you, buddy. No, I'm good. Be busy folding socks.
Is Cyrus going to be there?
Yeah, well, Cyrus. yeah. Come on, give it to me. Yeah, yeah. The great thing about that, not to kind of recycling conversations here, but it'll cost you. The good thing about this burner is and you may have already touched on it. It deplaces the way it deplaces heat is like awesome. I mean, it's like 200 little Bic lighters up under there, and it's just it's great.
Maybe I can get it's called a banjo burner. Maybe I can get a view here.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Use the drip cam. You can see all those little tiny, and you can turn that thing down. You can adjust it down to where it is so low you can barely see the blue dots.
Oh.
So, yeah, really good burner. Highly recommend it.
You spit it out, Bennett. That's a slow drip you got going. Yeah, we got her kind of turned on down right now.
We're heading towards the end of the run.
Yeah, last jar, number 6, came off 3 gallons of honey mead. Jar number 6 came off at 60, as to be expected. Pretty small run that we're doing here tonight. And so I think we're going to run this one all the way through the tails. As a lot of you know, we save our feints, we rerun them later, and we can use those tails.
Winsong.
Miss Winsong. Tell Bennett and Backwoods the cool kids are on YouTube.
Right?
You heard it from the queen herself. Bennett likes banjo burners better than a jet. We certainly do as well. I get just a small amount of anxiety every once in a while. I see someone running a TikTok video, and they're running a great big O still on one of those, fish cooker burners that's got a big flame that's about that wide, and I'm just like, Lee, how are you? And not just melting a hole through the bottom of that still.
You're clearing your mash very well.
burning. Yeah, and I guess that's a lot of it too, is making sure you got a real clear mash in your still. Windsong is definitely my favorite, Bennett. I think that a lot of people share that sentiment.
Yeah. I think they make Banjo Mini as well at 80,000. Could be wrong. They probably do, Richard. You're probably right about that.
That's a lot of BTUs, Bubba. Is there a post-flavoring recipe book coming out? Well, you'd have to discuss that with the great, wise, and powerful Miss Windsong. She's our post-flavoring guru.
There actually is, coming soon.
Uh-oh. You waiting on that? Add a copy to my home study. Some nice leisure reading.
Looks like maybe Windsong had a hard time getting in on the maybe bad reception there, because she just now started chatting.
Honey Shiner's great, expensive, got to use local honey.
Yeah, it's not a cheap way to make some shine, for sure.
It is not an economical shine.
Shannon Dougherty, that is a really cool burner, gentlemen. Lots of capabilities. Thanks for putting me onto it. You bet. You're welcome.
Who let Daniel Stevens in the YouTube?
I thought we had him blocked.
I thought he was barred. Uncle Moonshine says, guess I'll go over to YouTube so I can be cool.
Adam Diamond says, first try at Sweet Feed Mash. Hell yeah. That's a good one.
You're going to love it, man. You're going to love it. How far is the cord on that jar? Oh, it's not on there. Well, here. Hell, I'll show you what 50 gallons in a barrel looks like with a whole lot of anxiety behind it, just waiting on it to be able to run it.
Yeah, I lost internet for a good hour. I figured that's what was happening, baby. Look at that mash right there. A little bit of super simple. 50 gallons, 40 gallons of super simple. Back to the drip cam. Looks like, people are asking for a reserve of the book. We may need to do like a pre-sale.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I put a piece of sheet metal on my burner. Don't know the thickness. Oh, to displace the heat a little better, I guess. KRB.
Man, I'm super bummed out right now.
What about?
I picked up a bush light to move it off of the lid over there that I was moving for the to show the mash, and it was not one from tonight. And I took a sip of it, and it was.
Did you get a few gnats in there? Yeah, nice. A little bit of protein with that drink.
I'm super sad about it right now.
Wash it down with a good one.
I did. I took 3 or 4 sips immediately.
Wash it down.
That was the grittiest bush light of all time.
Ugh. Uncle
Lord.
Moonshine is
was like this
on
much in
YouTube.
it.
Joined the cool kids over on YouTube. Daniel says, I can't read. Do you have an audiobook? No, we don't do audiobooks for the illiterate.
I can't read.
I want the Still in the Clear light. Yeah, those will be on the website soon. Not sure how soon, but they'll be up there. We placed an order already.
Mud grips. My thoughts are with you tonight. I don't know if I can read that out loud because of TikTok, but
Got to clean up a few pews for a little intimidation session for the boyfriend, I guess. Right?
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
You can say that. The old cordless hole puncher getting out and getting a good dusting. Some of us can't concentrate long enough to read a sentence. Yeah, Iowa, great. Yeah, it's good advice.
Good advice.
Yeah,
Worst part is it probably wasn't even yours.
I don't think so.
It's probably mine.
I don't know. Looking forward to the paperback. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta be a little bit mindful, a little bit careful. You know,
Which is hard
it would
during
be
these
it would be
lives.
hard to catch a strike the hours before the 24-hour live.
Yeah. Well, I'll bet you don't make it 24 hours on TikTok tomorrow anyway.
I'll be directing everyone over to the YouTubes. Remind me to get with you about a formatting thing that I just now thought of. It's not a major thing, but just don't.
Is that all you need to jog your memory? Formatting thing?
Yeah, formatting thing for both YouTubes. Shorts versus horizontal versus vertical.
I may already have the answer to that.
Okay.
Joe wants to know who cleans up after Zach's 24-hour live. Zach all day Sunday? No.
I'll be
there's,
hibernating.
Yeah.
I'll be lucky if I remember to. Well, Cyrus will be here. So I gotta remember to like shut the lights off and take the cash out of the drawer, and I was like, I'll be probably somewhat delirious and very certainly pretty hammered.
Well, you're going to be here till 5
5
o'clock Saturday night.
Yeah.
I'll still be here.
Okay.
I'll close up.
I'll have some help towards the end. Lord knows I'll need it. No, it's 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Not Eastern. Yep, 6 Eastern there. Yep.
When you guys do a stripping run, I'm only doing 15-gallon mashes. Do you have to wait until you get enough distillate of a couple runs to do a spirit run?
No.
It
You're going to proof it down.
depends. I mean, it depends. First of all, if you're on electric, depending on where your element is, you have to get at least enough to be above your element so
So
that
fair.
you don't burn out your element.
It's a fair point.
Aside from that, I mean, it's really just a matter of, do you want to waste some time and energy making a run that's too small? And so typically what we do, we run our feints runs, they'll go into the mile high because we can strip those out. Or the spirit run, the feints run will be like a high proof 180 to 195 proof run.
My man.
Nice, thank you.
Look at that, the atom jar grab.
And so we'll have like 3 gallons of feints at like 100 and something proof. Now you always have to proof down to below 80. So you're going to add water to it anyway. So you don't have to do several runs in order to fill your still up. It just makes more sense as far as efficiency of time and energy.
Also, you can run it like we say this before. You can run it to 0 on your if you're doing a strip and run.
Yeah.
Right, like run it all the way down, proof it down to 80 proof, and throw it back in there. You know, you'll know before you're ready to put it back in your still. Like, hey, should I just wait and hang out on another one of these? What's my yield like? You'll know. There's nothing wrong with running, 8, 10 gallon and a 15 gallon still if your element and all things considered, proof down. 48. I think 48's a good guess. Who guessed that? Collector Rick.
That smells even more like the mead.
Oh, it smells like straight mead.
Nice.
I tasted it. The tails is there, but it just smells like mead.
Yeah.
I mean, in all reality, 48 or well, I don't know what it is.
I mean, it's really not bad. Not bad. This is jar number 7.
Oh wow!
Mud Grips nailed it with a -18.
It's close. It is close. What do you think? Give it another 5 minutes and then start spinning the wheel of doom.
I'm excited.
What did we land on a name for that bad boy? Oh, go ahead with the proof. Sorry.
Jar number 7 came out at 21.
Mud Grips.
21.
Mud Grips 21. Right
Sneaky little Mud Grips.
We're onto your bag of tricks, buddy. What did we start calling the tin wheel?
I've been calling it the Wheel of Elimination, but I think we should come up with a better name.
I like Wheel of Still.
Still Wheel of Doom.
I kind of like the Steel Wheel of Fortune. Kind of like a Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember who it was that put that up
Yes,
there in
somebody
the
said
chat.
that.
Man, I've got some. I'm not saying any of those out loud. Does your mind ever do that where you think things and you're like, you can't say
You
that
can't
out
say
loud?
that.
Don't say that.
That's not for public consumption.
Yeah, that's just all for your noggin.
Never to come out.
Don't say it out loud. Sometimes I slip up. It's okay though.
For certain people, you can.
Yeah. If I'm in the confines of my own home, just joking around with some buddies, sometimes I say wild things. Let's spin the distiller's wheel. Reminds me of the old band, Steeler's Wheel. Steeler's Wheel.
I don't know that
I'm
band.
not familiar with that.
Steel Drivers? That's not an old band. Well,
The Steel Drivers, I mean, they're kind of.
Sleep at the Wheel. That was a band, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Collector Rick still rooting on his cookies. Oh, man.
Did you say a second ago that you wanted to spin this wheel?
I think we're going to start spinning her at 6:30.
Okay, got you.
Neil David asks, "What are y'all gonna give away when the steels are gone?"
Bathwater, used underwear. Cyrus has brought that up. I shot it down instantly. I thought, man, no one's gonna. I don't think
Nobody
we should be
wants
selling
that, man.
our
What's wrong with
undergarments.
you?
I mean, just the used ones.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah, like Jeffrey said, Steely Dan. You could say Stilly Dan. I like that. That's fun.
That's a good one. But to answer, I guess, that question a little bit more directly, as directly as I can, it's going to be a long time before we have to worry about not giving stills away, I think.
Yeah,
If,
we've got quite a good bit of stuff lined up.
yeah.
Pretty exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot of things pre-planned, a lot of working with a lot of different really cool still builders, guys that we already work with, guys that we haven't worked with yet, that make awesome stuff. And so, yeah, a lot of exciting stuff coming up.
So when you guys do a sour mash, do you use original mash, just add more sugar, corn? I see guys using the mash in the pot after the first run. Yeah, that is technically what
Oh, I see what you're saying.
constitutes a sour mash, is using what you're calling the mash in the pot, which has a specific term called backset. So you take what is left over in the pot, you take a portion of that and then add that back to what was left over from your previous mash, add more corn, add more sugar, add more water, and start another fermentation.
A signed Zach Bushlight can. I might start. Honestly, as a joke, I might start throwing those in like boxes we have room with people that we know or
Right.
like in the live. I might start doing that. Actually, that's a really good, funny thing.
That is funny.
Cyrus and Zach signed Bushlight cans. Sick. Collector's items could be. I don't know.
Steelers Wheel was a Scottish band.
Oh,
Okay, gotcha.
who threw that in there? The Duke in here throwing out some Scottish band knowledge? Scott. Wow, Scott out of left field with the Scottish band knowledge. Love that, brother.
Needs to be called the Still Wheel.
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll come up with some. We'll give it a name at some point.
Yeah,
Maybe-
we'll do some
maybe
more
we
thinking
do a
on that.
members poll.
Yeah, there's a members poll in there somewhere. That's a great
Yeah.
members poll. All right. Well, that said, 6:30 is here. Let's bring out that big, beautiful wheel.
All right. Here we go, everybody.
All right.
Do not cheer.
I'm not cheering for anyone.
Okay. I want to see. I haven't even seen. Oh, JJB's in there.
Oh, JJB. I'm rooting for JJB, baby. I think I'm going to reverse the odds this time. Okay. I'm going to reverse the odds. JJB is going to win this thing.
There's a 10% chance that you do a repeat.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. I take those odds.
Okay.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Here we are.
First elimination is Bradley H.
Sorry about that, Bradley. That's bad luck here, Bubble.
Oh, you did get rid of the cheering. Thank you.
Yes.
That's much better. Yay, you're out of here.
Yeah, confetti and the cheering. Congrats.
Congrats, you lost.
See the nosebleeds, bud. Hit her again. Let's go. Let's rip two off here real quick. JJB's winning this thing, but oh man.
NFT, why is my government name on there? Well, you put your government name on the website.
I don't think he is. Is he on there?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Maybe he doesn't want us to say, so I won't. He can say it.
He's
if he
on there
wants
though?
to. Yeah.
What's
I think so.
Well, it's first
Oh.
name, last initial.
can we
All
say,
right, who do
Ray?
we got
Because I don't know. Rain.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Sorry. I could have put two and two. I didn't really. I was trying to read them all. I was like, which one could be him? There's a damn Raymond on there. All right.
Oh, we're doing a third?
I don't
You
know.
want to
What
just
do you
keep
think?
going, or
What do
you want to
think?
stretch out the anticipation? Oh God!
Let's get one more out of there.
Okay, boom.
Let's get one more out of there.
Collector Rick says the wheel of losers.
Oh, man.
The 9 out of 10 losers.
Yes.
That sucks. That's funny though.
What do we got left
Oh.
on here? How many times have we spun? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We spun 3 times.
Lucky number 7. Ray, I think you got a good shot here, bud. 1 and 7,
Yeah.
little Alembic.
Yeah.
What would be your first run on it, Rick, if you want it? Or sorry, Ray.
Terry Henley says the wheel of shine. Kind of like that.
I like it. It sounds better than Will of Still, because Will of Still is like you have to wheel of still, like you have to work the back of the tongue a little too much. It doesn't roll.
You gotta
know
be
what
a rapper to be able to.
Yeah, you kind of inflect. I like wheel of
Mashing wheel.
wheel of misfortune. Matt Perry says.
Wheel of doom. It would be unlucky number 7. Yeah, Jason makes a good point.
I'm just gonna go ahead and bump this up a little bit. Just moving a little. Oh,
Man, just sit back.
relax.
It's nice having no skin in the game, really. I would be a ball of anxiety if I was in the chat and I was on the wheel. Just like so close to winning a steal. I'd be
Yeah.
like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, let's get this thing over with. The grinding wheel, that's a good one.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like that.
It's not bad at all. 6:29 p.m. Mark Morgan. What's your input on lacto? Oh,
Love
thanks,
it.
Thanks for bringing that up, Clinton.
Thank
we
you.
missed it. I like a good lacto infection myself. Don't have a problem with it at all.
Nothing. A
I
couple
just-
antibiotics couldn't clear up.
I don't usually intentionally inoculate. I just wait for it to happen. When it happens, I'm usually happy about it. I saw Uncle Moonshine's photo that he posted of his lacto. Did you see it? I think he put it on Facebook or
I'd have to go
maybe it
look
was
at
on TikTok.
I may have missed that one.
But it was a perfect example of what a lacto looks
Just
like.
spidery, bubbly.
Little bubbles,
yeah.
like it was a great example.
Now, I will say I did try to intentionally introduce one the other day to a mash out of my white corn all grain, the 50-gallon barrel back here, and didn't take. So I don't know. I thought just kind of how everyone else generally thinks about lactose, you just take some out of here and dump some in over here, and then off to the races. I couldn't get one going. So I don't know.
Whenever we're talking about lacto, we're talking about lactobacillus.
Mm-hmm.
Winsong says it's kind of a wheel of chance.
Wheel of anxiety.
Russian roulette wheel. That's a rough connotation, I guess.
Do you have more input such as pros and cons? Well, Unc, I'll say this. I did a deep dive the other day with Shua on lacto infections. And we're both kind of learning together a little bit. And first off, there are hundreds, possibly thousands of strains of lactobacillus infections, which is just crazy to think about that they could be that diverse. Now, the majority, this was our conclusion, the majority of them are good in that they are not going to eat your alcohol. Most people think they'll eat your alcohol. Some of them will. Brian Middleton with the 10 gifted. Appreciate that, brother. Boom, 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 boom.
Whoop. 2 entries into next week's drawing.
Some lactose, most generally, all lactose develop at the end of fermentation. And they manifest when all the alcohol is eaten out of the solution.
Sugar.
They will very, very rarely, there are some strains that will start to eat alcohol. However, they do it at such a minute rate that you're not going to have a measurable amount of alcohol loss. So that's kind of a common misconception that some people will talk about in terms of lactobacillus. They eat your alcohol. Well, not really. Some of them will, but they do it at a rate that it's almost immeasurable. My perspective is that they, on the whole, most times, smooth out the end product of your distillate.
Yeah, and I also think that
A little creamier, a little softer.
When you're talking about the con of maybe losing an imperceptible amount of alcohol, and I would even say, even if you lose a perceptible amount of alcohol, that creamy, buttery kind of flavor that it gives it is
Worth it. Yeah.
To me.
It's a good trade-off. Yeah, so there's a little bit more on the pros and cons side of things. That said, we were looking for cons. We were going out of our way looking for cons, and there's a handful of strains, maybe 5 or 6 out of the hundreds to 1,000 strains of lactobacillus that produce off-sour, tart, tingent flavors, but they're very rare. And we also found out that lactobacilluses are more common in certain grains. There are certain grains that lend themselves to lactobacillus, mainly those with a husky grain. We found.
Okay.
So, food for thought. Also, if you're curious at all about moonshine and the kind of the ins and outs, you should go look up old Moonshine Shua on TikTok or join one of my lives where he's in there. He's very knowledgeable and he's a really good deep dive kind of guy.
He gets deep into the weeds.
Really deep. I like it. I like living in there sometimes, you know.
I love it when someone who is in the chat receives a gifted membership.
Oh, Matt Perry
just got one.
Heck yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Lactose bacillium is one to avoid. Close to coonpecker terminology there. Let's spin that lovely wheel one more time.
All right, let's see.
Here we go.
What do we still got? 3, 7? We got 7 people still on the wheel.
Caleb.
Oh!
Sorry about it,
Caleb
brother.
is gone. 6 people left on the wheel.
The worm wheel. Rip it again, instantly.
Who do we got? Who do we got? Who do we got? Oh, damn. Raymond
God
is gone.
dang, dude,
Boy,
that was close.
So close.
Right on the edge.
Oh.
Hate that.
NFT, we salute you. You fought well. I
Yeah.
blame Zach.
As you should. He needs to stop doing that.
He's got to stop. I said JJB, okay?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, you did.
now you're
didn't you?
just switching.
I did. No, I
switching
did.
back.
I said JJB's winning this. At the beginning of this, I said JJB is
You-
the guy.
You did. You did.
You just keep on.
He's the best at the wheel. Can't be beaten.
The people are saying he's.
You know who's coming
I
off?
have not ever soured barley, Dave.
You know who's coming off next? Scott A. Scott A is going to be the winner of this next spin, which is unfortunate.
Oh, okay.
I can feel it.
You felt it.
Let's see how many in a row I can get.
Let's see if you need to head to the casino after you leave.
Okay, yeah.
See
Show me
how-
a Scott A over here, Adam.
All right, sure.
Show me a Scott A.
Coming
one
right
time.
up.
Let me play the numbers tonight.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
Not buying any
Damn
lotto.
it.
Not buying any scratchers. That
Here
said,
I-
my pick of the 10 is still in there.
Your original pick.
What are the odds of that? Can we crunch the numbers? Can someone say if I picked one person out of 10 to win and there's 4 people left, what's the stat on that?
You were 1 in 10. You picked it when there were 10.
I was a 10 to 1.
Well,
okay,
don't the odds change each roll, though?
they do.
The probability changes
Because
each
we're
roll.
spinning 10
I got
times,
you,
so
I got
it's
you, I got
basically a 1 in 100.
1 in 4.
No, it's less than that because there's one less person on there.
Come on, hey, Clinton, this sounds like something you can do in
Yeah,
your
Clinton,
head.
work this math out for us because it's
My grip
10.
says 25 to 1.
Hey,
Pretty confidently.
It's 9
Yeah.
spins total, and you drop one each time.
man, there's
It's 1 in 81. It's 1 in 81. You got 9 spins. You're not eliminating the last person. It's a 1 to 81 shot. Someone tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. I don't know if you are or not. I'm just.
I think it's 1 to 81.
I'm gonna ask the.
Well, it's 25 now, but I've gone through
Do we have any bookmakers in the
6
house?
other spins
Can you-
already.
Can the bookmakers step forward and help us out with this?
Someone put the answer in and justify your math. Odds change each spin, right? I'm picking the same guy every time, and I'm right every time.
Joe Clemente says Scott A is coming off next. Sorry, man. I've been watching this and the last wheel. So he thinks he's recognizing a pattern. Maybe he's picking up on.
Who is it now?
Joe Clemente.
Scotty's coming off next. Sorry, man. I've been watching this. Joe could be onto something. Maybe he's cracking the algorithm here.
Mean Dealer has a name. The Grand Rotating Oak Barrel of Fermented Fate and Fortune. I mean, it doesn't exactly.
Would be an absolute mouthful every time, but it
doesn't
would
exactly
be fun
roll
to
off the lips,
It would
but-
be fun to go through that rigmarole every time of just having some 3-sentence long name.
The Grand Rotating Oak
All right,
Barrel
let's
of
spin the
Fermented-
Grand Rotating Oak Barrel of Fermented Fate and Fortune.
I'm kind of perplexed. I asked the AI machine, and it says some stuff like this here. Let me see if I can zoom in.
Can't read that.
It's 10%.
Well, it's. I guess there are. I guess it technically is.
I guess so. Man, I really was
was my
overthinking
first
that.
instinct.
But if you treat it as you're picking the same person every time,
Yeah.
It does.
it's much higher.
Yeah. Okay. Are we doing it? no?
Wait, hold on. Who did he say was coming off here? Scott A is coming off. Okay, yeah, Spence.
Let's see if he's right.
Okay,
Let's
so-
see if Joe has figured it out.
We're gonna have to pull Joe to the side and figure out what he knows if he's right here. Scott A.
Oh no!
Close.
Whatever you thought was happening.
Our algorithm is too
Not
strong for you. Down to 3. Reply to Claude. Where's it at?
I'm doing
Where's
that.
Claude?
Oh, you're wanting me to pull that up?
What?
What do you want me to say?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Okay, I thought it was someone in the chat. I didn't
No,
realize
someone did. Mudgrip said reply to Claude. So
That's what I was saying. I thought that Claude was an individual in the chat. Not your
thinking.
AI. Yeah.
No, that's just the AI I use.
Rigmarole. That is a good word. All right, let's hit it one more time.
All right.
We'll hit it one more time. We'll be down to the last 2. We'll save that for later.
Yeah.
All right.
My boy, JJB.
The kiss of death.
Come on, baby.
No, he's good.
Yeah,
He's in the
dude.
clear. He's in the clear.
You know JJ?
JJB's in Moonshine for Beginners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could just feel it. Accidentally clicks wheel.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Robert says I was in that spot last week. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was runner up. Man, runner up should come with some sort of consolation prize. We're not gonna do it now because we haven't been doing it all month, and it feels wrong to start doing it and not give it to Mr. Sebastian here. But there should be, in future months, there should be a consolation for runner up.
And it's just a surprise. Like it's not announced what it's going to be until
Signed Busch Light cans.
autographed.
Just autographed Busch
autographed
Light
cans.
cans. all the empties from the week,
Yeah.
just in a box.
The empties. Oh.
Runner-up should get a high-performance decal. I love that.
Yeah, you get a couple stickers and a bunch of empty Busch Light cans mailed to your door. Can you imagine someone's wife opening that and being like, what the hell?
What the hell? Yeah.
Why do you order a bunch of empty Busch Light cans, a couple stickers? I didn't.
They've just been throwing out names for the wheel this entire time. I love it.
Uncle Moonshine, are you taking shots right now? I just imagine Uncle Moonshine out there in his shot and his little shine shed, like shots. Everybody. The old whiskey wheel. That's a good one. The whiskey wheel of wisdom.
Yeah, this next jar is basically going to be water.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we do it. Hold on. Not yet. Maybe should I grab something from the old liquor rack and we can nip on something while we're spinning the wheel one last time?
Sure, yeah.
Let me grab a little sweet treat over here.
Go ahead, buddy.
You guys go ahead.
Okay.
I'm not hitting any more.
What if it's a
liquor.
post flavor?
Huh?
What if it's a post flavor?
I'm not hitting any more.
What you
liquor.
instantly pull? You're like, all right, this is post
No.
flavor. All right.
Clinton says Pachuga shots.
Oof.
We do have Pachuga.
Scott Bryant says get a cherry. The cherry bombs are well, they were hidden. Zach found them though.
Is this key lime pie? It's key lime?
Yes.
Oh, you're not.
You should put a number on cans and send out randomly and then have a monthly drawing.
Like Redneck Willy Wonka
interesting.
tickets. Damn, that's good.
I bet.
Well, I expected it to be a little bit more acidic because it's been sitting on those limes. But it's like just as sweet, just as smooth.
I kind of like Jason's idea. Jason says everyone that's in second place gets entered into a special drawing. Maybe we just save them up until the end of the year. And then at the end of the year, we give out something for all the runner-ups.
We could do.
That would be
oh
kinda
yeah,
cool.
that would be cool. Yeah. Joe Park says Zach is never going to last 24 hours sober. That's right, I won't. And that's why I drink all the time. I couldn't make it a full 24 hours of sober. No, I do take some time off. Cyrus would vouch for me. There's days where I come in here, I'm like, I'm not having a beer today.
I'm just gonna have 8 today.
I'll just have 7 or 8.
I got to lay off the beer.
It's fine right here.
Got to lay off the beer. Where's that brandy?
Yeah, I'm cutting the beers out. Where's the liquor at?
Doc said I got to quit drinking beer. Dave says you could give them an automatic entry into next week's drawing. That's not a bad idea.
That would be kind
either.
of fair, yeah. Do we want to find out? Do we want to find out? Still got to call them.
That's true. That's true.
9 minutes till top
let's
of
do
the
it
hour.
right after. Let's do it right after the top of the hour.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Though, and I'm just spitballing here. It is nice if we know before. No, because I'll just go back there and get their number. Never mind.
All right.
Shinefest ticket prices for all others. $10.
Best ticket price.
$10 unless you want a VIP ticket. And that's
Yeah, we have. There are 3 versions of tickets: the general entry, general admission.
and the VIPs are, it's basically just the food and booze is on us, and then you have a VIP tent where some of our, the cast of the Moonshiners, Mark and Digger, some of the master distillers, all those guys will be somewhat kind of hanging out in there. So you get access to that little tent. And
Catered
also
food.
in that tent will be catered food and open bar.
What if you were second 2 weeks in a row, man? Wouldn't that suck? Yeah.
Second 2 times in a row starts to mean something, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Lynn says, so enjoy your channel. Learn so much. Thank you, boys. You're quite welcome. Really happy that you're finding our content useful. Really, for sure.
Terry, VIP tickets are
120?
they're 121. I can't remember. They're 120, 150. And then the general admission tickets are $10. Unless you're active duty military or a veteran with a veteran's ID. I can't imagine that someone's really going to show up and be like, I'm a veteran, and not, whatever. I don't think I'm really screening too hard there, but
Yeah.
I can normally look at an old boy and tell if he's got a little bit of military service back in there somewhere. Even if they're a Navy guy, I can pick them out.
You can still find
I can pick them out.
Runner-up should get a wild card spot on the wheel for the next drawing. Not a bad idea
Oh,
either.
dude, maybe wouldn't it be cool if we put them all? If we had a separate with we've got 3 wheels at this point. But if we took all the runners-ups, so you put Robert on there, you put the runner-up from this week, and the runner-up from the 24-hour, and then the next 2 at the end of it, you put all the runners-up on there, and then you add them to the last giveaway wheel. So you spin the wheel just as we've been doing. You pick you take all the runner-ups, you get one of them, and then you put them on the final wheel.
So they're spinning for a wild card spot on the
They're
final
spinning
wheel?
for a wild card on the
Gotcha,
final wheel.
Gotcha.
I like that. At some point, it's just going to get too complicated, though, and I don't want people to be watching and be like, what? How do you... Where do these guys come from?
Yeah.
You know. Oh, jar.
Joe Park says, what if I come work? How much? Volunteers get in free.
Joe, I will buy your ticket. Just show up. Oh.
Paul says, if my name was the only one on the wheel, I'd still lose.
Yeah, I get that, man.
Some people have that kind of luck.
I get that.
Oh, yeah. We're not even paying attention to the chat.
I got him. Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta Echo. Golf, Foxtrot.
Papa.
Papa, Mike. Zulu. Romeo.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
That is interesting. What is it, 30? Oh, sorry.
Damn, buddy.
Sorry about that, guys.
Jar number 8.
Winsong's inviting the chat to collectively revolt against us and stop reminding us of jar checks, so that it'll just overflow.
See how long it takes. Yeah. Well, we already ran one jar over because we ran 3 jars before we ever started the live.
That happened
One of them
earlier.
ran over because y'all weren't here.
Not our proudest moment, but we've moved on.
I keep a pretty good eye on it, but I kind of just like to watch and see what unfolds. So I may just let it run over.
Just to see, huh?
Just to see
Why are you guys wishing this on us?
the pandemonium.
Alembic Dave said 12.
We got 40, 22, 38, 21, 12, 28, 14. $30. Any more guesses? Any more guesses? 13.
Any numbers come to mind when I mentioned
55.
the 1996 Chicago Bulls?
The fridge. That comes to mind.
You talking about Jerome Bettis?
Wait, no, that's
That's
the
the
bus.
bus. That's the bus.
That's
Scored
the
a
bus.
touchdown.
What are you talking-
Lineman.
What are you talking about?
The fridge.
Oh,
Fridge.
oh yeah, I remember seeing that. Steelers,
that was
right?
95.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steelers.
Also, I'm
You're
talking
right,
about the
Steelers.
Bulls. I'm talking about basketball.
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
That's why I
The fridge
I was
was
thinking football, obviously.
Oh, okay.
fridge was the Bears.
MJ, give me the 23. 23 proof. Who got it?
Middleton. Jar number 8 was 23.
Maybe
Brian
one
Middleton.
up there above that.
I'm
Oh, is
looking.
there?
I'm looking.
We're scalping it out.
Mark Morgan.
There's not one.
B Middleton.
Yeah, I know, right? I wasn't even following that was a clue. Even there.
And then I thought you were talking Jerome Bettis type stuff. I immediately went to the bus.
The bus.
Enabling their laziness to maximize chat's enjoyment to win. Yeah.
It is.
I mean, it really does. It really does take a lazy mind to come up with this kind of entertainment.
Who did Mean Joe Green play for? Thanks, Mean Joe.
Bears.
The
I think you're right.
Bears.
I think it was the
Bears.
Bears.
The Bears.
Who did Joe Green play for? Oh,
Steelers.
also Steelers?
Steelers also.
Really? That's what got me thinking about that. I was like, Jerome Bettis and Mean Joe Steelers. Fair enough. That's
All
some
right,
great
well-
nicknames over there.
It is 6:59. It is time. You're gonna
Send us in a break, brother.
Yeah.
I'm just minding my own business over here.
follow Zach's lead. Get you something to drink. Go pee. Do your business. Go grab a sandwich. You might have time to make you a little bologna sandwich or something. Come on back, and we're going to
bologna
be
sandwich.
spinning the wheel to find out who's the runner-up and who's the winner of a Copper Still Co. 5-gallon Copper Alembic.
That's a Whiskey Still Pro.
Whiskey Still Pro, not Copper Still.
That's fine.
Yeah, so we'll be right back.
Watered down whiskeys that leave you disappointed.
Lots of people like whiskey. Question is, do you love it? It's time to go pro. Painstakingly handcrafted, 100% copper, designed to detoxify. The purest drink you can make at home. Whiskey Still Pro, for whiskey lovers only.
All right, back with another exciting Thursday night. What do we got going tonight, man?
We're making some honey mead. Honey mead. Collector Rick is going to love this episode.
Oh man, this is a special one. Running the Whiskey Still Pro. Love the Alembics for the brandies. I've never had a honey shine, so I'm kind of curious how it's going to turn out.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be awesome.
Be unbelievable.
I hope we can behave.
So, yeah, my deal with mead is I always just like to drink the mead.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so
I get that.
This is going to be interesting to find out. Do I prefer it distilled or do I prefer it as mead? Going to find out.
You think it's going to have us buzzing?
Buzzing.
That's, if anyone's keeping tally, that's 3 B puns in a single intro, so. I'm excited about it. I think that what I'm expecting, never having had honey shine before, is that it will come off and not necessarily be sweet, but that it'll have kind of a little bit more of those softer, maybe less acidic type of flavor notes. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited to give it a whirl and see what we get.
Yeah, we're going to find out. So again, thanks to Whiskey Still Pro for allowing this month's promotion, which is we're giving these stills away. We got 5 of them to give away. We've already given 1 away. We're giving 1 away tonight. Mm-hmm. Somebody's going to win a still tonight.
Who's it going to be?
Tomorrow.
Who's it going to be?
Yeah.
Today and tomorrow.
Yeah. 2 giveaways this week, so that's pretty awesome. And also, we've got that Pyment. We're going to rack that off.
Oh yeah.
Actually, we're not going to be racking it off, are we? We still got to neutralize it.
Well,
Clarify.
I think we're gonna rack it, then neutralize it, and get it ready to bottle.
Yeah. Taste it.
Taste it for sure.
Gotta taste
it for sure. 100%.
Yeah, so got a good night in store for you, and that's it. Let's get to it.
You guys don't get too belligerent. 4 B puns.
All right, let's get this filled up.
I don't like setting that on the ground.
And this is a 5-gallon still. We got like 3 gallons going in it, which is fine. Ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Not gonna hurt a thing.
Might hurt my liver. There it is. Filled up.
Love that.
Get her going. All right. We will see you guys in the live.
Watered down whiskeys that leave you disappointed.
Lots of people like whiskey. Question is, do you love it? It's time to go pro. Painstakingly handcrafted, 100% copper, designed to detoxify. The purest drink you can make at home. Whiskey Still Pro, for whiskey lovers only.
And we're back. Man, I am just giddy with excitement over this next wheel spin.
Yeah.
I like calling the people too.
Yeah,
I like kind of tricking them at first, like, hey, we had a problem with your order. Care me on live for a minute? Cyrus is MIA, not for long though. There he is. All right, what do you say? We spin this wheel one final time.
Let's find out.
Call our lucky winner.
Let's see.
Oh, hello.
There's some channel analytics.
Okay.
My boy JJB.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Scott A.
All right.
I'll just go again. I'm just going against the grain. That's all.
Red
That's all I'm
versus
doing.
blue.
Fair enough.
Red versus blue. Are we ready?
Let's do it.
All right. See ya.
Damn.
Ooh.
Damn.
Wait, no, you
So.
Oh yeah, you did
won.
win. Oh shit.
you
Oh,
won.
okay, dude, I got it. I picked it. Yeah, okay.
You picked him.
All right. Let me go get his number real quick.
All right, JJB. Are you still in here, brother? You be the winner.
Wait, is he in here?
I don't know if he was in here.
Oh, he wasn't in here?
I don't
Okay.
think so.
What was the order number?
8578.
We're going to give JJB a call. It's you're still talking. The tiny little still? Yeah. Woohoo! Another winner of the 5-gallon copper Alembic from Whiskey Still Pro, JJB. Raymond's still blaming you, Zach. It's still your fault.
I get it.
Simo, hi from Italy. Glad you're in here. Good to see you. DASJ, don't know what that means. Everybody's dropping still emojis. Well, the members dropping still emojis.
Hey, JJ. Hey, brother. This is Zach over at Still and Clear. How are you, man? I'm doing good, man. Are you watching the live by chance? No, you don't have to, man. We were reaching out to some customers. We noticed you ordered the liquid enzymes this last month, and so just wanted to call and make sure everything was doing good with those. You care if I have this conversation with you on live? Okay.
I could join the live stream.
No, you're good, man. So just wanted to call and reach out. Have you used the liquid enzymes yet?
No, I haven't. I ran out of my other, and so I'm waiting. I'm not at the house. So I hadn't received it, but it's there.
I got you.
I plan to do that this coming weekend.
I got you. Well, did you happen to? Hold on one second. Sorry. Yeah, I'm all the way up. Did you happen to know that your purchase got you an entry into a Whiskey Still giveaway that you actually just won?
No way.
Yeah, dude.
That's the only reason I ordered. I'm like, I needed some of this. I needed some stuff. I'm like, let me reach out. Let me order some stuff from you guys because I, watch you and all and pay attention and do the MeWe and all that. I'm like, let me do it. What'd I get?
You won a 5-gallon Whiskey Still Pro Copper Alembic. It's
That's that round one. That's a nice one.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I love running brandies and stuff on it. But yeah, man, we're gonna get that shipped out to you, and just wanted to call and let you know that you won it, man.
Congratulations.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Well, all right, brother. I just want to call and give you the good news and let you know that you won that bad boy.
Nice. I'll have to do a run and post some pictures and keep you.
Hell yeah.
Posted. That's a nice one.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we'll be keeping up with you on MeWe, and we'll enjoy your future runs on that little guy.
Heck yeah, I'm excited. All right, cool.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Hey, thank you.
All right, we'll reach out tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.
Woohoo!
What a good dude.
Nice.
Just got done cutting his grass. Finds out he wins a little Whiskey Still.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, shout out to JJB. I feel like all of our customers are badass too. Like they're all all good people.
Always.
Yep.
I haven't called one yet that I've been like.
JJB jumped in, said, sweet.
There he is. Yeah, congratulations, brother. Got that 2-month membership badge too.
Nice.
Yep, give it up for him in the chat. You fought hard. Also, JJB, you don't know this. I was pulling for you the whole time. I had you picked from the beginning. We spun the wheel 10 times. You were the last man standing. Also, thought you got knocked out on the last spin, which was kind of a bummer for me.
He called you first thing.
Zach jinxed me. Man. Yeah. Well, that is awesome. What did that last jar? 23 proof?
23 on the last jar, yeah.
We are going to run it down to 0.
What a good time, man. Love giving away steels.
Yeah,
How much fun is that?
absolutely.
And we're giving away another one next week.
Next week.
Giving away another one tomorrow.
Giving another one, technically going to be the day after tomorrow. But that said, all of your purchases on Still in the Clear from 5 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow until, we'll say 3 or so. I'll make it more clear during the live if you're watching me, but 5 p.m. tomorrow to 3 p.m. Saturday, you're going to be entered to win one of the little Olympics there. What are you thinking? We run this, we finish this last jar off, and
Yeah, I say we just finish this last jar.
we've never ran, well, on the lives, we've never ran this deep into the tail, so it's been kind of a fun little experiment. I'd like to see how, I think I'm going to be surprised at how deep into the lower part of this run that we can keep and hold into our final product.
Could be.
It
Yep.
could be more just from what I'm tasting and smelling so far. Stuff's pretty good.
Very possible.
Do more expensive mashes produce more and better liquor? I would say not always, but I would say
That's
on this
exactly what I
run,
would say.
it is. That could just be a honey shine thing too.
There will be a Saturday morning live. If you're talking about the Rise and Shine, there will be one.
I will not be there.
I don't really sleep in. Sometimes on Sundays, I've managed to sleep in till like 8 or 9. That's happened.
Yeah. It's always nice too when you have the time to do that and you're actually able to.
Yeah.
It always feels like the day that I don't necessarily have to be up super early, I'm up at the ass crack of dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Rick says, so if you feel like a loser, no worries. You can feel like a loser again next week.
Scott Bryan says, I'm a loser from way back. I come from a long line of losers. Joe Park says it's going to be like a double fun week, Thursday and then 24-hour live with Zach. I got to sleep because I'm old, but I get up early. Well, Joe, hopefully you're with me early Saturday morning. I'm going to need the cheerings-ons going. Saturday morning early is going to be rough.
Going to be tough, yeah.
So, I'll need you. Boy, look at that jar.
And no cloudy yet.
No, I pulled one jar. It may have been the last one where I looked at it. No, it's pretty clear. Maybe it was that one.
No, that's clear.
They're all pretty clear.
There's no cloudiness yet.
Haven't seen Tindy.
You can tell by that jar that the worm's getting a little warm.
Clinton, I don't have an espresso machine, but I promise you I'll have a coffee machine running the majority of the time. Jeff asks, have you thought about how far you want to take your runs on your 24-hour live? Not necessarily. I think here's probably what's going to happen. I'm going to want to stagger when I pull the stills off and change them because I'm going to be running 2 at a time. And I don't want to be in a situation where I'm changing 2 out at once. So probably to the demise of some of my tails, I will pull off earlier or let go longer, knowing that whatever I pull off tails wise, I am going to rerun later. But it's going to be a task because I'm going to have to set some bigger jars or buckets for my hearts, just because I'm not going to have the room or the jars to set like 8, 10, 12 runs of jars out. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to do, that's going to be another struggle, is I'm going to have to be tasting some of these during the live. And maybe I take that into effect when I'm drinking them, get the bush lights flowing. But I'm going to have to be tasting some of these and culling them out and getting them ready to go in my barrel, which is actually outside soaking in water right now. Got the barrel swelling up. But yeah, all that's going to be difficult. I'm going to be figuring some of it. I promise you there are things that I haven't thought of yet. It's
Well,
like,
you
oh,
could-
this will be a problem.
You could also get like the 3-gallon carboy, get one of the glass carboys, and when you know you're in heads, you can just dump it in the
Instantly
face
pitch
jar.
it.
Then
Yeah,
you got
that's
another
true.
jar.
That's true. Yeah, no, I'll be kind of, not ideal, but I will be instantly kind of making those decisions and doing them a little bit different than how we would normally do them on this live, where we, let these jars set overnight and come back to them. I'm not going to have that luxury. That said, I feel like I got a pretty good feel for where the hearts are going to be, and I can kind of distinguish them early. And I'll take all my hearts and put them over into buckets. I'll get a 5-gallon bucket cleaned up tomorrow when I come in. Probably going to need, by Shua and I's estimation, I'm going to need enough to hold about, what did we come up with? 15 to 20 gallons, somewhere in there, of hearts.
Okay.
That's what we're thinking.
So 3 or 4 of those 6.5-gallon buckets.
Yeah. Which I've got some carboys too. I can use those. He warned me against using the carboys because he broke a couple glass carboys, 5 gallons of hearts.
That would suck.
10 gallons total of hearts. Ugh.
Terry asks, could you do a close-up on your condenser setup? You betcha.
You betcha, bud.
It's just your basic copper worm, is all it is. You can see the bubbles forming. The condenser is getting a little warm, but we're right here at the end of the run, so I'm not going to worry about that much. But we have this tubing here that comes straight from the water pump that is in the reservoir. So this is our water reservoir. Everything just circulates from here to there, then gravity pulls it out here, and it goes back into the reservoir.
I'm actually going to have 2 of those going tomorrow so that I'm not having to switch water out so frequently. We have another 55-gallon barrel over here that we use for that copper cleaning video. Some of you guys saw that over on Still in the Clear.
Oh, the burner went out.
No, I turned it off just now.
Oh, okay, we're done. All right,
Yeah. I pulled this jar and
gotcha. Winsong with the 5 gifted memberships. Back porch, yeah, we could always use an official taster. He'll be here with you on the live tasting for you.
who will?
Back porch, Kevin Egner.
Yeah, come by. I'll use you.
Put you to work. Another clear jar. Look at these slow bubbles.
That's so.
It's wild.
Well, it ain't 0, but it's damn close.
It ain't 0. Last jar, jar number 9.
Ain't work if you love it, my friend. Well, that's absolutely true. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. No, you do not, Ray. Come by the shop, man. We love to hang out.
All right. Who guessed 10? It is a 10 proof.
Collector Rick there at the end, 10-4.
Joe Parks wants to come in and talk to you during the live.
You absolutely can. Yeah, Joe, I will. I'll message you a link on TikTok. Or actually, if I forget, because I'm going to be busy after this live too. So message me on TikTok your number. I know I could go get it off the website or whatever, but message me your number, and then I'm going to text you a link to that number, and that's how you join. It's really easy to join, and if you have any questions, I can help you out. I'm going to have my phone on me tomorrow during the live too, so we'll line out a good time you want to come hang out with me. Early morning, I wouldn't mind a little early morning run with Joe. You get your still fired up Saturday morning if that sounds good, and
You running anything, Joe, in the morning?
we'll have a little coffee together Saturday morning. Yeah, I would love that actually. Well, that said, another eventful week, another great ABV Society Live. Congratulations to JJB on the still.
Another giveaway, thanks to the great folks over there at Whiskey Still Pro.
Yep, shout out to them. Let's drop one more Whiskey Still Pro link in the chat there for you guys to go and visit after the live show here shortly. Go check them out. They've got a lot of cool stuff over there. And it's not just stills. They've got some other stuff you can look at as well. But I, for one, have loved hanging out with you guys.
As
I appreciate
always.
you being here. And I will see you tomorrow evening. And then I'll see the rest of you the following Thursday.
I'll see you in the morning. I'll see the members in the morning.
Later, guys.